Alright, it's time for me to go see Infinity War. I've been waiting so long for this. I am ready for this. I am ready for this! I wasn't ready for that! Okay, it's been a year since Infinity War. Okay, it's all gonna cap off. It's gonna be great. I'm ready for this. I am ready for this. I am not gonna come back crying this time. God fucking damn it, Marvel! Hey everyone, AK here, and happy Endgame weekend to all of you. It is currently 10:57 on Saturday the 27th, and that means it has officially been 2 days since I saw Endgame myself. I saw it on the Thursday night premiere at the Burbank Theater, and it was a lot of fun. The audience reaction was great, people clapped and cheered when they were supposed to, and I love that. I love going to the theater for that kind of reaction. It is amazing. Just like the rowdy cheers, like you feel the emotions of all those around you. It's great. But I am not here to talk about how my theater going experience was. It was great, but I'm here to talk about the movie itself. But before I do, just let me put that down. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, right here it is. Right here. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that in this video, so you've been warned, okay? So yeah, there's gonna be plenty of spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, go click one of these videos over here, go to the recommended, and just click something else, okay? Because I'm gonna talk a lot about the shit that happened in this movie. Because, goddammit, I gotta say something. So, where to begin? Okay, so, first off, you start off with, yeah, I didn't think Iron Man was going to get rescued from space that early on. But yeah, once I saw him in space, like, there wasn't like a lot shown of him there from the trailer, so I was like, okay, maybe he's not gonna stand there for as long as I thought he would. But then, like, yeah, right off the bat, it's like you see Captain Marvel, she goes and saves him. It's like, Captain Marvel in this movie is like pretty much on par with her solo movie, which was, she had one or two really awesome scenes, like the one in the final battle where she just comes in from space like a freaking meteor and just like smashes through Thanos' ship. That was awesome, but her personality is on par with an ant you see crawl by in the movie. And no, not Ant-Man, I mean an actual fucking ant. It's like, she was just so bland. Just barely any personality at all. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, yeah, congratulations, you're Captain Marvel now. You're arguably one of the most powerful people in the entire MCU. Now actually give yourself some freaking personality, you'd be set. But, it's like, okay, I'll gripe about that later. It's like, so they end up killing Thanos pretty early on in the movie. It's like after using the stones, the gauntlets like fuse to his arm now and literally can't come off. But lo and behold, he used the stones to destroy the stones, so it looks like all hope is lost. So Thor kills him right there with Stormbreaker, and yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. It's like, I went for the head. It's like, okay. It's like, then it's like it cuts straight to 5 years later. Now, I was not seeing that coming, but I'm gonna backtrack here for a bit, but what I did see coming was what happened with Hawkeye. Yeah, I completely saw that coming like a mile away. Like, his family's gone, he's the only one left, and was also expecting that to be like how we open. It's like, yeah, it's like he's teaching his daughter how to shoot a bow and arrow. It's like He looks away for 1 second, turns back, boom, gone. Like, his daughter's gone, 2 sons are gone, and Velma's gone. It's like, I know his wife has a name in the movie, but it's the same actress who played Velma in the Scooby-Doo movie, so I'm just calling her Velma. I'm sorry, I can't even remember the actress name right now. I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's like, Velma's gone, the kids are gone, and that leads him into being this, like, warrior out for revenge. So, yeah, we cut to 5 years later. Iron Man married Pepper and had a kid, which I thought was really, really cool. It's like, he actually did what he said he would do at the end of Age of Ultron, which is go Barton's way, Clint's way. Hawkeye's way. Sorry, I listed all 3 of his names, but yeah, you get my point here. It's like, he got a little house in the countryside, married Pepper, and had a little daughter, Morgan. And it was so cute seeing this completely, playboy guy go from being a husband and a father out in the country. I loved seeing that. I completely loved seeing that side of Tony. And when the other Avengers came looking for him for help, I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't risk what I found. It's like, God, fuck, I love that. Okay, it's like, yeah, there were so many awesome things about this movie, but there was one thing I didn't love, which I actually have a problem with, and I'll get to that when we near the end of this review. So, then we come to Ant-Man, and this is another thing I love. This is another great thing I love. Ant-Man was actually crucial to this movie. Like, really, really crucial. Because, I'm gonna be honest, Ant-Man and the Wasp, that movie, it was good, but I just didn't really think it was that good, alright? It was just like, you know, okay, this was like a filler movie. It's like, the only thing that we really had to see was, like, the post-credits scene. The one with him entering the quantum realm, and before he can get pulled out, Janet, Hank, and Hope, they all get snapped by Thanos. But that leaves Scott stranded in the quantum realm. But that actually leads into his crucial necessity for being an Endgame, because his van in the 5 years that passed was impounded and put into storage, but a rat happened to crawl inside it and reactivate the quantum tunnel and therefore got him out. But that's just it. For everyone else, it was 5 years, but for Scott, it was only 5 hours in the quantum realm, which meant time was able to go differently in the quantum realm. But yeah, I'm not gonna touch all like the time travel stuff and how time works in the quantum realm, because I'm sure there's been plenty of other videos that talked about that, like how like all the rules of Back to the Future were bullshit, and this one was trying to do things differently. But yeah, it's like, hell, even the Doug and Rob Walker, I watched their video on it, and yeah, they made like a whole bunch of points on that, so I'm not gonna touch it, because yeah, it's like, as a nerd, no, that's not the right way to put it. It's like, yeah, I could probably say a lot of things about it, but I'm not going to, because what can be said already that probably hasn't already been said. Sorry, that's my roommate's door. But yeah, so using this new information, they decide to literally go back in time, grab the Infinity Stones from different points in time, and bring them all back to the present, and so they can use them to undo the work that Thanos did. Which leads to some really cool scenes, like, yeah, Cap, Steve, did I just say Cap and Steve? They're the same person. Cap, Tony, and Bruce, who is literally now the Hulk all the time. I'm not really sure how that works, and honestly, I kind of really wasn't a fan of that. It's like, you know, when I see the Hulk, I want to see the freaking Hulk. I don't want to see Bruce Banner in the Hulk's body. It's like, yeah, even in that scene where they go back to New York in 2012 is like, yeah, I'm the Hulk. Boom, boom. I smashed this car a few times. Nudges. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to see the freaking Hulk smash shit. And yeah, the only time I ever saw that was literally with past Hulk. And that was like maybe, what, a few seconds with him arguing about how he hates the stairs? Yeah, go talk to Silver Street. Maybe she can get you back into them. I don't know, but whatever. I didn't like that. So, but yeah, back to what I was saying before. That actually led to present Bruce going to talk with the Ancient One. Yeah, the Ancient One cameos in this. Tilda Swinton's back for a few minutes. And that was cool. It was like, yeah, they talk about like how Steven willingly gave the Time Stone to Thanos, and that was like, he must have known. So yeah, that leads her into willingly giving the Time Stone to Bruce so she can take it. So he can take it. Sorry, I'm a little buzzed right now, so forgive me if my wording's a little off. But then again, I always kind of talk like that because I have like a weird thing with talking. I stutter a lot. So, whatever. Anyway, so they get the Soul Stone. It's like, the way they get the Soul Stone is like really hilarious. Rumlow, Alexander Pierce, and the other guy, I forget the other guy, the bald guy who you see in the Winter Soldier on the ship. I completely forgot his name. But they all make appearances. It looks like there's gonna be another elevator fight scene from Winter Soldier, but instead, Cap just leans into the guy's ear, just whispers, "Hail Hydra," and literally just walks out with the scepter with a smug-ass smirk on his face. I laughed my ass off at that. So did the whole theater. So that was great. So yeah, but they end up losing the Tesseract to Loki. So they have to go back even further to get more of the Pym particles that power their time travel suits and the Tesseract itself, because they're all in one place. Again, another Winter Soldier callback, because that's where Cap and Black Widow went to talk to, what was his name, Zumo? Yeah, Zumo. I think that was it. They talked to the automated Zumo in his like brain or something. But yeah, that's where it all was. So they get that. They have a talk with Tony's dad, Iron Man does, and Steve sees Peggy. And that was pretty cool, bringing back Peggy's actress, and that leads into my why I hate the ending, and I'll get to that. But yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so to get the Soul Stone, wait, no, it's like, yeah, Hawkeye and Black Widow go get the Soul Stone. They get Cap had the Mind Stone. Sorry, I got those two mixed up. But yeah, it was like they were going to get the Soul Stone. I was like, oh god, which one of them's gonna die? But yeah, okay. Then Red Skull came back, and imagine that. Like, imagine if Cap went to go get the Soul Stone. It's like he saw Red Skull there. It's like, oh shit, missed opportunity. That would have been a really cool, like, reunion of sorts. It's like old enemies see each other. It's like, that's just my personal opinion, though. But it's like, you're there, they're on the mountaintop, they're where Thanos threw Gamora over the cliff. Then it's like, they're like deciding, like, okay, who's gonna do it? And it's like, then they actually literally start fighting for who's gonna sacrifice themselves. It's like, but in the end, it's Black Widow who ultimately makes the final fall, and Hawkeye wakes up with the stone in his hand. It's like, okay. It's like, okay, but it's not the end for her, right? You're gonna bring her back, right? She doesn't come back. No. That's literally Scarlett Johansson's last scene as Black Widow. It's like, really? Fuck. It's like, yeah, it's like, she deserved like a way better death than that. It's like, I'm sorry, but again, this is all just my personal opinions here. and everyone's welcome to have them. So, yeah. Okay, so that's the Soul Stone. That's the quest for the Soul Stone. Then... Okay, yeah, Thor and Rocket go for the Reality Stone, and... Did they literally bring in Natalie Portman for, like, 5 seconds of a scene? Because, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure we did see this footage before from Thor the Dark World. So, it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, you got her for just that. It's like, was it even worth it? I mean, she kind of has the exact same personality traits as Captain Marvel, which is that of a bland saltine cracker. Put it with, like, soup or something, then you give it flavor, but there was no soup with her. She was literally just the damn cracker. Now, even Frigga, Thor's mom, she had a scene. It's like, yeah, okay. It's like, yeah, okay. I know this may be it for me, but yeah, it's gonna be it for me, and I'm gonna freaking do it. It's like, yeah, then Thor holds out his hand. Freaking, he looks like the Big Lebowski now. Which I think is hilarious. It's like, okay, yeah, it's like 5 years go by, he can't get over the fact that everyone's dead because he didn't go for the head. It's like, so, but even despite that, he holds out his hand, and guess what comes to him? Mjolnir freaking comes back. They brought Mjolnir back for this, and that was awesome. It's like, and yeah, then Rocket literally pulls the stone out of Natalie Portman's ass, and they go on their merry way. So, yeah. Then you go for the quest for the Power Stone, which involves War Machine and Nebula. And this leading into the third act was actually kind of ingenious, because Nebula is a cybernetic being now. And it makes sense for them to actually have, like, what's the right word I'm looking for here? A connection. Yeah, a network connection, because a cybernetic network, they connected like a hive mind. So, yeah, that was an ingenious plan for Thanos to learn of their plan and think of his own plan to counteract it. And, of course, past Nebula being so desperate to please her father, yeah, she'll do it. So, yes, they end up kidnapping present Gamora and replacing her with past Gamora. One second. Yeah, that's my cat I'm hearing under there. Come on up, Blake. Sorry. Anyway, I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Nebula and Gamora. So, yeah, they end up learning of the Avengers' plan through Nebula and her being able to record everything in her brain, and they send past Gamora back to the future with them, and she opens up the portal just as the Hulk uses the Iron Infinity Gauntlet to snap everyone back into existence. And this is where the awesome factor of the movie just went straight up to fucking... Oh my god. There is literally no number for this. It just got fucking awesome. It's like, okay, first, you start off with just Thanos going up against Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, because everyone else is trapped below the collapsed compound. And so, it's just the three of them fighting the one Thanos, but it's still fucking awesome. And it still was so great to see, like, all this action in one spot. It's like, especially the one scene with this little thing. Yeah, it's like, Thanos has Thor pinned down with Stormbreaker, about to repeat the same action he took with him at the end of Infinity War to plunge the blade into his chest. But no, you see Mjolnir rise, and you think it's Thor about to, like, just conjuring it over, but no. Age of Ultron comes back. They make a callback to that, It's Cap holding Thor. It's Cap holding Mjolnir now. Cap was able to freaking pick up the hammer and use it to all the things extent. The whole swinging it around by the strap thing, conjuring the lightning. The crowd went nuts. I was like, Thor was like, I knew it. It's like, yeah, to see him hold his shattered shield with Mjolnir in the other hand, you can't get a better visual than that. Or so you think, until a few minutes after that, where Thanos calls down his army, where it looks like it's just now this whole legion of Thanos, hey boy, up against just like the very few Avengers left. But then Cap stops. He hears Sam in his radio, and you see a portal open up behind him, Doctor Strange style. Out walks Black Panther with Shuri and Okoye, along with the entire army of Wakanda with him. Then several other portals open up, and here come the other Avengers. There comes Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man. One by one, after each of these characters appear, the crowd just loses their shit. It's like, then comes the other sorcerers with their shields, fucking Wong being badass. Then you get, who else comes? Like, the Ravagers, the Nova Corps. And then you get freaking Giant Man burst out of the busted compound with Rocket. Scarlet Witch comes down, Groot comes back, the Winter Soldier comes back. And then we finally hear that word. We hear Cap finally say the two words we've been wanting to hear since the first Avengers movie. He said, assemble. It's like, he said it kind of like Batman style there, but still, it's like, again, crowd loses their shit. We get two armies advancing on each other. Then probably, in my opinion, the most epic final battle that I've personally ever seen in a movie. And it didn't feel drawn out. It's like, it didn't feel like it was too long, because a lot of final battles in movies can do that. It's like, take the Transformers movies, for instance. Perfect example. Like, you have the third act final battle just last the entire third act. And come on, it's like, you're overstaying your welcome here. But no, not with this one. The third act pretty much started when they all came back from the past. But in the final battle, maybe started halfway through that. And it didn't last the entire third act. It's like, it was pretty much just a game of keep the gauntlet away from Thanos. With Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, and pretty much Black Panther and everyone else. It's like, okay. It's like, I'm going to talk about something else here. It's like, okay, yeah, there's one more thing. There's a scene in the final battle where they're playing Keep Away with the Gauntlet, and Peter has it, Spider-Man. So he gets the gauntlet, and like, yeah, he goes down, but then again, who comes in but Captain Marvel, destroying the ship. Then she just lands, she gets the gauntlet from him. It's like, I'll get to see that truck over there. But then there's like, yeah, all the Marvel women come in. It's like Scarlet Witch, you got Okoye, Shuri, Hope comes back. Pepper's there in her own suit. That was freaking awesome. Seeing Pepper Potts in her own Iron Man suit, that was awesome. But yeah, it's like, I was like, yeah, okay, this is definitely a girl power thing. It's like, it felt completely unnatural. Just the very definition of forced. It's like, okay, why were they all in the same place at the same time? It's like, okay, you had your girl lineup, good for you. You didn't do it good. It's like, yeah, it's like, what would have made it better is if, like, maybe Captain Marvel took it first, But then it's like, yeah, okay. Then she like was hit like in mid-flight or something. She drops the gauntlet. Then it like goes off to like say Scarlet Witch or something. It's like then she passes it off to Okoye and Shuri. Then you go to Mantis or something, and so on and so on and so on. But no, it's like they were all there in the same place, just doing like their epic group shot. It's like, come on. It's like I'm all for female superheroes if it's done right. This just didn't feel like it was done right. Like, at all. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, if you liked it, great. More power to you. I wasn't really a fan. Hey, boy. Come here. Come here, boy. Good boy. So, yeah, then Thanos eventually does get hold of the gauntlet, and it looks like he's about to make another snap, but that's all it is. It's just a snap. Just a little clink. The stones are gone, but who should have it but freaking Iron Man, who literally changes his nanotech arm into his own makeshift gauntlet. His final one-liner, you can't have it any more awesome than that. Just, I am Iron Man, snap. Thanos' forces are completely gone. Vaporized like half the universe was in Infinity War. And holy shit. That death scene with Tony, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Yeah, it was like Spider-Man was there. It's like he was crying over his mentor. It's like I was kind of expecting like all the Avengers to come in and say their goodbyes, but no, it was just Spider-Man saying, "Hey, we did it. It's like, please don't go." It was like, but then no, it's like then Pepper just comes in and says, "It's okay. You can rest now." It's like that's exactly what he does. He just dies right there. No other words, no nothing. And that was perfect. It felt natural. I couldn't have asked for a better death than that. It was legitimately sad to see him go, and in the theater with my crowd, I could feel their emotions right there. That it just went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. It was just, yeah, it's like, then you cut away to his funeral. They put the little wreath in the water, let it sail away with his very first arc reactor, the one he built in the cave, with the whole proof that Tony Stark has a heart thing that Pepper made. Just send it off. It's like, then it goes up the lineup with all the characters there. It's like Spider-Man and Aunt May, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, sans Gamora. All the way up to Nick fucking Fury. Yeah, he's back. Of course we knew he was coming back because we've seen the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, so we all knew that was happening. But yeah, it was an emotional scene. It was like, you felt the same amount of sadness that these characters felt. It's a legitimately sad departure. 2 minutes ruined only a few seconds later by Captain America's departure. Here's my issue. Here is my issue with the ending. Captain America's ending sucks. Okay, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, I know that a lot of you want him to end up with Peggy at the end, which he does, but that just seems so out of character for him. It's like, well, but you're disagreeing with me? But yeah, it's like, we've established in The Winter Soldier that Peggy got married and had kids with some other guy. A guy that Steve actually saved in one of his 1945 raids. So suddenly he just goes back in time to put the Infinity Stones back where they were. But then, after he does it, he says, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah, fuck you to the kids you had, Peggy. I want to be with you now. Fuck that other guy who's gonna marry you. Like, I had a huge problem with that. It just didn't seem like something Cap would do. It really didn't. It's like, yeah, I know Chris Evans' contract was up and we had to say goodbye to Captain America somehow, but this just did not seem like the right way to do it. So, yeah, that's my theory on the ending. It's like, yeah, this movie was like 95% good, and the other 5% being that ending, nah, sorry, just can't do it. But, yeah, it's like, I didn't think the crowd would go wild after the credits start rolling, but then, oddly enough, they still do, because the credits start to roll, but then they list off the cast names. It's like each one, like, and I don't just means the ones that were in this movie, I mean all of them. Like every single prominent star that was in the entire MCU, they had a role in this. They had like a little cast, a little, what's the right word here? Like a little spot in the credits where their name pops up and you see scenes of them in the background. But then, yeah, you come to the final six, the main six Avengers. Jeremy Renner, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. Those six being the six main Avengers, they had their own credits. Like, you see like the scenes in their background, then you see the actor fade in with their autograph in the center, and then their name shows up. It's like, one by one, each of them had that. And then the very final one was Robert Downey Jr. And for the last time during this whole movie, the crowd went insane. Freaking Robert Downey Jr., man. He made this cinematic universe what it is. Don't try to kid yourself. We all know it's true. And don't really bother trying to stay for a post-credit scene because there isn't one. There's not even a mid-credit scene. There's no credit scene at all. But there is something though. Like after the final credits start to roll, you do hear something. It sounds like a hammer clanging against something metal. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a callback to when Tony Stark was crafting his first Iron Man suit back in those caves, or if it's foreshadowing to something else. It could be one or the other. I'm interested to know which one it was, but I guess only time will tell. And how long have I been going with this? Oh shit. A while. Okay, well, I guess that's pretty much a good place to stop this review. So, yeah, that was pretty much my little quick review of Avengers Endgame. 22 movies in a cinematic universe, and this felt like the perfect place to stop. But we got Spider-Man Far From Home coming out this summer, and that means we're about to go in a new direction with the MCU, and I am excited to know what direction that is. So, if you guys survived long enough to make it to this part of the review, I thank you for that. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm AK, as you all know. And until the next time, well, you know I'll see you on the internet. Have a good night, guys. Bye.